I started my career working with fish actually at Rainforest Cafe, the first Rainforest Cafe ever built in Minnesota. From there, there's another aquarium that started at the Mall of America, so I just kind of started my journey into working in public aquariums over 15 years. But I knew there was always something more I wanted to do with my love of water. So eventually I started to pick up a couple clients and started to dabble in water features on the side a little bit. You know, some were fix-its or easy pond jobs, others were installations, you know, with my time off. And eventually, as that list grew, maybe the time could come someday that I could leave the aquarium, as long as I had enough of a kind of a fallback clientele base that would generate so much income for me if I were to leave the aquarium. So sure enough, after being in the field for over 20 years, I was able to make that transition out of working in a public aquarium field and become a certified Aquascape contractor and be able to do this full time. So typically when I sell a job, I'll meet the customer firsthand, just kind of go through some general ideas, and then I'll bring my father-in-law Al in to come out with some site review and excavation, just kind of review the whole plan to make sure that I'm on track with where I'm going for maybe drainage in the yard or elevation differences and just some logistics and getting equipment back and forth and thinking of things that I didn't cross my mind around the first initial meeting with the customer.
Since I retired, retired guys need something to do, and I love working outside and like, you know, working around my waterfall here, so it was a natural to go work and try to help Jeff out on some of his construction projects.
So many people might think my father-in-law works in the office, but in fact, he's out in the field working just as hard, if not harder, than all the workers out there installing a pond or doing a renovation or some maintenance. We bring two different worlds together, you know, engineering, precision, and I maybe bring more arts. So we just kind of come together. I all kind of dream up the big idea, and you help bring it back down to earth and tie it and make sure it's going to function as the original vision that I had for it in their yard. So the Certified Aquascape Contractor program has helped me a great deal with my business. You know, to be honest with you, at first I didn't think I needed it. I worked at the Georgia Aquarium. I know how to pump things, external pump, submersible pump, or build things half a dozen different ways. I don't, you know, what is that going to do for me? But then, as I started beginning to learn more about the Aquascape system and the CAC program, I learned that I'm going to make the most profit by doing it just one way and not building it 12 different ways. And I know what the hours are going to be, what the labor costs are going to be, what the material costs are going to be each time. I'm not doing the runs to Home Depot to pick up parts that we forgot. So that's really kind of what honed it on to me, that was a good decision to become a CAC. I knew it was going to be more profit in the end. Been doing online order fulfillment for over 10 years, selling Aquascape products online. We've got a 2,500 square foot warehouse, an office manager, myself, my father-in-law, and then this spring and beyond, just looking to add more maintenance people, more construction crew members, and just continue to grow the company. I think the hardest thing about leaving the aquarium was telling my boss that I was leaving, because I knew this person that was now my boss at the aquarium from other aquariums that he worked at too. So just to tell this, not only my boss, but a friend in the industry, that I'm leaving the industry, you know, this is it, I'm moving on. So that was a struggle, but then the rewards started to come little by little. You know, putting the kids in the bus each morning. So I had to leave at 6 a.m. each morning to get to work. Just being home on weekends, because I had to work every Sunday for the last 10 years. I was working Sundays, so now to have a full weekend with the kids and the family. So many personal benchmarks and business benchmarks that I was able to achieve that wasn't possible while working a conventional, you know, 50-hour-a-week job. The future of Paradise Ponds to me looks like a maintenance crew with work vehicles doing maintenance routes and fix-its, with a dedicated construction crew overled by Al here. She doesn't know yet. You know, the office manager, and I think increasing internet sales as well. I think there's more growth there as people learn about ponds and the proper equipment to use ponds. So I think there's a big market potential here for me, so I just want to try to grab as much as I can of that.